Hello, welcome to Did You Watch Survivor Last Night? My name is Jake Scheidel. This is a podcast about reality television and friendship in which I ask my best friend Thomas Powell if he did indeed watch a certain reality show. Hey, Thomas, you feeling all right today? You feeling better than I am?
No, because I'm dead. It's not me. It's Jeff Ghost again.
Jeff Ghost. I've missed you, Jeff Ghost. I don't understand why they don't dress him up like a zombie or a ghost for the episode that airs during Halloween.
They just do a bunch of post-production work where they're like, ooh, spooky. They just have him wear like the shitty plastic vampire teeth.
I imagine that they know when each episode will air as they're producing it. So how hard is it to get some white face paint and a little blood, you know? You're on an island.
It's not too much of that. They should have an episode if they know, which episode is going to air during Halloween.
And I'm sure they do.
They should provide everyone with costumes, and they all have to wear costumes for that episode.
Oh, that would be so good. You could you could do sand on your face so you look like a ghost, and you could break a crab.
Yeah,
I
don't think the break.
No, it has to be.
First of all, crabs do not have blood. I don't think.
Yeah, they do. Why wouldn't crabs have blood? It's a living organism.
They don't have blood.
I'm like 100% sure that crabs have blood. Don't they have blue blood? Isn't that like a fact?
I'm not 100% certain that mollusks have blood. That's all I'm saying.
Well, are you looking it up right now?
I was going to, and then my microphone tipped over, so now I'm going to do it. I just had to put my microphone back up.
I'm like certain that
I'm going to, because this is such a dumb thing, I'm going to Google it the dumbest way possible. I'm going to Google, do crabs have blood?
How is that dumb? That's exactly what you should Google if you want to find out if crabs have blood. Google is really the Ask Jeeves of search engines. You just ask it a question and...
Unlike vertebrates, horseshoe crabs do not have hemoglobin in their blood.
Horseshoe crabs?
Okay, so they do have blood, but they don't have hemoglobin in it. Why is there no blood in crabs? They don't have veins. Their blood kind of sloshes around in their bodies, carrying
like
oxygen.
Like a pool?
Yeah. Jake, I will say their blood is not red, so it would not work for that.
Okay, so it's blue. Is it blue?
Yeah. I guess it's like copper colored. They don't have hemoglobin. They have cyanin, which is a copper based molecule.
Okay. This is very important and good information to know. I think I learned as a child that it was blue, or I thought that was the thing because it was like in a cartoon or something.
In my head, you were like crab blood. In my head, I was like, well, there wouldn't be any red stuff. So in my head, that translated to no blood. They don't have any.
Well, if it's copper colored, I think that you can still use it as like zombie blood on your like face makeup.
I believe that crabs don't have blood. Just listen to the rhythm of my heart.
Exactly. So they don't have do they have, follow-up question, do they have a heart?
Presumably.
But they don't have veins, so what's the purpose of a heart?
Well, maybe they don't then. I don't know. That's just horseshoe crabs, though.
Horseshoe crabs are the ones that have 4 horseshoes for legs instead of actual legs.
They're crabs that look like a horseshoe.
Yeah. I'm just imagining crabs, like all the organs inside a crab just sloshing around inside this like pool of blood that apparently they have.
Close only counts in horseshoe crabs and hand grenade crabs. Which is exactly what you think it would be. It's just a crab shaped like a hand grenade.
I mean, yeah, it's fitting. The body is a hand grenade, and then the legs are horseshoes. Will somebody make this, like, an image of this? Because it's really good.
Preferably a very poorly photoshopped one.
Yeah, okay, so Thomas, this is all very important, and
it's good
we will talk to it.
This is very good content.
This is high-quality content, HCQ, yeah. But we are way early to be talking wildlife shots.
Wait, sorry, HCQ.
High quality content.
Yeah, high CWALITY QUONTENT.
Exactly. I know how to spell.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my real question for you, Thomas. Before when I asked you if crabs had blood. That wasn't the real question. Welcome to Do Crabs
Hi,
Have
welcome
Blood?
to Do Crabs Have Blood? Podcast about whether crabs have blood and friendship.
We cover the same topic every week. It never changes. They do have blood, no hemoglobins though. More like hemogoblins
Yeah, hey.
because of the spooky
spookier.
Halloween. Okay, Thomas, here we go. Did you watch Survivor Halloween last night?
Hey.
Because it's Triple H.
Just another thing with the crabs, they don't have skeletons. So they're
They're
not...
exoskeletons.
Yeah. Which is even scarier, because the skeletons are on the outside.
Yeah, they just have their skeletons.
Can you think if we were that way, where we just looked like skeletons, and then you cracked us open and all of our stuff was on the inside?
That'd be crazy. And then we just had a bunch of blood inside, and our lungs and bladder and heart were all over the place, and their brain. Where's their brain? Is it also in the blood? Thomas, you're my Google man. Google if crabs' brains are in their blood.
I'm going to do this because you told me to, and because
Look.
I really want to see what the results for this would be.
The FBI will call you. You'll have to hang
They're
up our
like,
FaceTime
hey,
call.
they'll call
Hey,
us
what are
and
you
be like,
doing?
Hey, are you okay?
What's going on there over in Grand Rapids, Michigan?
Okay, what was the exact phrasing of this question
Okay.
again?
Are crabs' brains in their blood? I mean, the answer is no, right? But if their body just consists of, wait, so do they have bones or no? They don't have bones. All their bones are on the outside. We already determined that. That's
So
what skeletons are.
The only thing that really came up was that apparently horseshoe crab blood has some sort of important scientific importance. Also, bug hearts and ganglia.
Why, whenever you Google anything about crabs, does it only tell you about horseshoe crabs? Do you have some weird filter on your Google Chrome?
I'll stop you right there because the fourth result is inside the hermit crab.
Oh, okay. Well, good to know. Hermit crabs. Not the same as horseshoe crabs. What's the third H, though? In Triple H. Horseshoe crab, hermit crab, hemoglobin crabs.
Hey,
We figured it out.
There we go.
All season we've been like one of the three H's in Triple H. We got it, though. Anyway, this week's episode was called The Past Will Eat You Alive. The past will eat you alive. I feel like I didn't enunciate the middle word there well enough. We start off on the Lavu tribe, and they are returning from, what's it called, Tribal Council? Yeah, that's what it's called. That was a test, and you passed. They return to their camp, and Ashley says that Joni is spooky scary after he used his idol. Remember that?
yeah.
The spooky scary inflection was my own. She didn't say that. She didn't realize it was Halloween. Which,
Wait, what?
I'm gonna-
They're on the Lavu tribe.
yeah, that's
So
the
more
blue
like
tribe.
the Labu tribe.
The Labu tribe, yes. Okay, next tribe. We go over to the Yawa tribe.
Can I just say really quick that it is insulting that they wouldn't air Survivor Ghost Island
Yeah,
in
in the fall.
in the fall. Like I just
Yeah.
think that's very disappointing.
Yeah, just save it for, this is what, season 35? And Ghost Island will be 36? So just save Ghost Island for 6 months. Do another dumb fucking theme for 36. Like, Survivor, springtime, and it's all about, like, Easter or something. Ooh, you could have it based on religion. You could do, like, Cook Islands again, but have the tribes based on religion instead of race. Jeff Ghost, call me up. I got a great idea.
Oh
So
boy.
do that one in the spring. Make sure the Christian person wins because it's an Easter-themed thing, and Easter is a Christian holiday only. You can look that up. It's 100% true. And then Ghost Island be Halloween-themed. If Jeff Probst isn't in his ghost uniform costume for the entirety of Ghost Island, I'm going to be really upset.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, over on the Yawa tribe, there's bamboo in the fire, and one of the like bamboo stalks pops, like I guess it had like water in it, and it Ben freaks out, and the rest of the tribe is like, oh, he probably has like PTSD, from being in the Marines.
Yeah, from being in the Marines. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they cut to this incredibly long monologue that he does in a talking head about how life comes at you pretty fast, and if you don't stop to look around, you might just miss it.
I would have said winner's edit for this, but it was a little too obvious.
It did, yeah. I kind of got the same sense, but it definitely seemed like something
That
they would do.
Maybe they're just slipping. Who knows?
It could be. It also seems really early for them to have. Like, at first I was like, oh shit, winner's edit. And then I was like, wait, this is like first third of the season still. It's way too early to be having a monologue like that for the winner. He might be voted out soon. So, we'll see. But yeah, it was a very inspiring speech he gave. He talked about how his wife and kids saved him after going to war. And then he says, the past will eat you alive. Like ghosts. Or zombies? Zombies are into eating. Yeah.
Ghosts can't eat you.
I wouldn't be so sure. Will you Google?
I'm confident that ghosts can't eat me.
Shit. Oh, we're missing the most obvious thing. Isn't there a thing called ghost crab?
I think so, yeah.
Look it up. I think it's really big.
The spookiest of all crabs.
Man, why didn't I think that ghost crab? I should have just acted as if the ghost crab was in the wildlife shots segment, but I didn't.
Ghost crab is a thing.
Fucking nailed it. I know my crabs.
They're extremely cool looking too.
Are they really big?
They're not super big. They're like pretty cute actually.
Are they really small?
No, I think they're just like a normal sized crab.
Okay.
They're just white.
Oh, like ghosts. Okay. That makes sense.
Look them up. They look like some pretty good boys. If I'm being honest here.
I will. I will after we record. I can't run the internet and record audio at the same time because my computer is a piece of shit.
Sure.
But I will definitely listen or look that up either when I'm done editing or listen back to this episode. Anyway, so the reward challenge is real fun, not super spooky. Well, I mean, are snakes spooky? Are you afraid of snakes? People are afraid of snakes.
I think snakes are more creepy than spooky.
Creepy, crawly snakes.
Yep.
So everybody has their hands and legs bound. Well, 3 people from each tribe have their hands and legs bound, and then they have to slither through the sand and pass a ball to the next person like a relay. And then the last person has to shoot 5 balls into a basket, and the winners get coffee. Desi is very good at this challenge. Rourke, not so good, but she's not as bad as Ryan, who single-handedly loses the challenge for the tribe of Soko. What is Soko's spooky Halloween name? Soko. So cool. That's not a good one.
My immediate.
I don't know why.
Soko with grime.
What?
Like Soko.
Oh, yeah, okay. It took me a minute, but I got it. Soko with grime. That's good. That one's sticking around. Why is Halloween like the punniest holiday?
I think almost single-handedly because of like the Monster Mash and Tales from the Crypt.
Oh yeah,
because the Crypt Keeper would just do a bunch of incredibly stupid puns.
But it's not impossible to make like a Christmas pun or an Easter pun or a 4th of July pun. 4th of July puns might be a little harder. More like red, white, and boo.
Hey, there we go.
That's a crossover hit. Soko with grime, good. Laboo on the Laboo camp. Devin wants to take out Joni also and talks to Ashley about teaming up. Back on the Soko with grime camp, Ryan says that he wants to focus on his social game since obviously he's not very good at challenges. Rourke and Allie, your 2 people, go to get water and they talk numbers moving forward and decide that they are going to vote out Chrissy. And then Allie tells Ryan that they're going to vote out Chrissy. How did you feel about your 2 people teaming up this episode? Match made in heaven, perfect match. Are you the one? Season 6 airing today.
I liked that. it didn't quite go where I wanted it to.
Yeah, that was definitely a negative part of this episode for you. But wasn't it so fun to be like, hey, I know both of them.
It
I
was
picked
good.
them to win.
It was good. I just wish that the tribe wasn't a bunch of fucking dumb idiots other than those two.
Wow. Okay, back on the Yawa tribe. We haven't come up with a name for Yawa yet. Yawa.
Which?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
real monsters.
Yeah, real monsters. That's it. That's the one.
Or just Yawa, real monsters.
Yeah, wow, real monsters. There we go. That's good. So Lauren complains about Cole eating too much. He's a real monster with that food, you know?
Yeah.
Then Jess and Mike go to get water and realize that the idol at their last camp was hidden near the well. So they start digging around, and Mike finds another idol. And he tells Jess that it's for both of them, or either of them, I guess. But then says to us in a talking head that it's actually just for him. Mike, lying to Jess. You should call him Dr. Mike Gervais. I've come around on that joke. I think it's actually a very good
really
joke
like
now.
it a lot, too.
It's really funny.
Because he's lying like he invented it.
Mm-hmm. Then they do the immunity challenge. They have to swim out, grab 3 bags of rice, and then go through some obstacles, and then open the bags, and they find 3 balls, and then they move the balls up like a Plinko wall, but the opposite of a Plinko wall. Is that the game? Am I thinking of the right game?
Yes.
Okay. So Chrissy ends up falling a lot while trying to maneuver the ball up the Plinko wall. Yawa, Real Monsters, wins, and Laboo takes second place. I haven't had any Halloween cereal, I'm just realizing, all season.
I didn't buy my Boo Berry like I usually do. I just don't eat cereal anymore is the problem.
I know, that's the issue. Because anytime I think about buying cereal, I'm like, but then I also have to buy milk.
That's the thing, is I will buy milk and then I will run out of, or I will not use anywhere near enough of the milk before it expires.
Right, yeah. I'll just be like, I'll get cereal and milk together, and then I'll run out of the cereal before the milk, then I'll be like, well, I should just get some more cereal to finish off this milk. But then I have more cereal left over, and not enough milk, and it's a never-ending cycle. So never eat anything.
I think that's really the lesson to take from this.
Yeah. Back at the Soko with Grime camp, Chrissy says that she's nervous and wants to play big. What does that mean? You're on a tribe of 5 people.
Playing big.
Okay. Go big or go home. I guess that's what she's saying. So she approaches Rourke, which Rourke does not trust because they have never talked up to this day. Chrissy says that she wants to tell Rourke that she's not the smartest person out here. Chrissy is rubbing me the wrong way now.
Well, it's like, this is so clearly filtered through, like, you. Like, it's not like, Rourke wasn't actually, like, condescending to you or anything. You just are threatened by her, I guess?
Yeah. Because she's smart? I don't know. I feel like we didn't get enough.
It's like the Steve Brule, like, I'm a doctor too thing, where it's like, I'm smart. Like, yeah, okay.
Cool. Yeah. Just tell everybody that and they'll believe it. Look at the president. So Chrissy then approaches JP and Ryan to discuss the vote, and then Ryan talks to Allie about taking out Chrissy, and Ryan realizes in this for this vote he is the swing vote. He is the Kelsey Grammer?
Yeah, Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner, swing vote.
Kelsey Grammer was also in that, but who's the other politician?
Abigail Breslin.
Yes.
It was Abigail Breslin versus
Madam President.
Versus Kevin Costner, and Kelsey Grammer was the swing vote. I've definitely seen this movie. Are you looking it up?
I just want to know who the other politician was.
How many ghost crabs are in the movie Swing Vote?
Is Kelsey Grammer's brain in his blood?
I would
Of course
argue
they show me a
yes.
poster that's just Kevin Costner smiling. Fuck you, Wikipedia.
I honestly thought it was Kelsey Grammer on all the posters and like merchandise for that movie.
It's Dennis Hopper is the other guy that's.
Oh, that makes sense. And Kevin Costner's the swing vote. He's not the politician.
This is an incredibly weird cast. I know this is Tom's IMDb corner again.
Yeah,
but,
it's everybody's favorite segment.
Yeah. Kelsey Grammer and Dennis Hopper, and then, like, Nathan Lane, sure. Stanley Tucci, sure. George Lopez, okay.
Sure.
Judge Reinhold.
Yep.
Richard Petty and Willie Nelson have cameos in this, apparently.
Why wouldn't they? It's a very American movie.
I'm sure they're trying to swing him. I think he probably likes NASCAR or to drive in stock cars, and they're like, hey.
It's probably NASCAR.
My friend Richard Petty was going to take you for a ride.
Yeah. Life is a highway, Kevin Costner, and I'm going to ride it. So Kevin Costner, I know we've been over this like 8 times in the last minute, but Kevin Costner was the swing vote.
He is the man that must, he's the everyman that they must
He's
convince.
the character swing vote.
Yeah, his name is Swing Vote.
And it's like, wow, what a coincidence that I'm the swing vote in this election.
I was born
Was it for
this.
president, or was it a smaller election?
I think it was for president.
That's so fucking stupid.
It's incredibly dumb.
Have you seen it?
No.
Me neither. I think my mom watched it and really liked it. I feel like she told me about that, and I was like, I didn't even ask you about that. But good to know, thanks. Okay, Thomas, we've talked a lot about the movie Swing Vote for whatever reason, but these people obviously came to this podcast for one reason and one reason only, and that is to hear us talk about wildlife shots. You're not responding at all.
I mean, I like wildlife shots. I just thought you were going to go right into it.
No, I was waiting for a response, and I couldn't see your face, so I didn't know what was happening. Anyway, so we
see me like a ghost or John Cena.
Oh no, what is going to happen when John Cena dies? There's going to be so many bad headlines. Or John Cena will never die.
Yeah, I think that's more likely. He'll no sell death.
I'm going to love when that happens. Okay, so we had a snake, as we always do. We had a crab, which we learned a lot about earlier in the episode. Brain in the blood. Yes.
We can confirm.
There's some sort of beetle. There was a bat whose name is Roland the Bat. Ooh, oh, you know what? There was a little hint to Halloween. Because usually when they show Roland the Bat, he's just hanging on a tree. This time, he was flying through the air. As if to say, we know it's Halloween. Time to get spooked.
I don't know why that would indicate that it's Halloween.
Because it's different. They're always like, yeah, well, there's a bat. But this time, it's a real bat. It's a vampire bat. He's not a vampire bat. We talked about Roland several weeks ago.
Yeah, he's probably a fruit bat.
You're a fruit bat. I don't know why I got angry at you for saying that. Listen to episode.
I mean, it's just true. I am a member of the indie rock duo Fruit Bats.
Oh, lucky you. Listen back to, I don't know, episode 86 or something for all the info on Roland the Bat. No, it was earlier than that we talked about the bat.
You know what? You figure it out. We're not going to do all your work for you if you want to know about this bat.
We looked up the anatomy of crabs for you.
We already told you about where crabs' hearts are. It's in their blood.
As is their brain and every other organ. We also saw a rat, another orb weaver spider, who was also in motion this episode. This is a kinetic episode of Survivor. I love it. And then, okay, I think this is a pretty spooky animal, but there was a praying mantis. I feel like that's a fairly Halloween-themed.
It's not at all. It's not associated with
Halloween is kind of a religious holiday in a sense, and praying mantises are praying, which is something you do in religion. Anyway, they are what is known as ambush predators. Ancient civilizations thought that they had natural superpowers. Nope, not natural superpowers.
Probably natural. Supernatural powers.
Yeah, they weren't secretly superheroes. They will eat whatever is within reach, including smaller praying mantises, small lizards, frogs, and birds. I didn't know that was a thing.
I
didn't realize
either.
that they had the mouths to do that, but apparently they do. Well, they usually sit and wait for their food. They will chase down their prey if they are especially hungry.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. I just love that fact. It's like, oh, I am starving. I gotta go catch that
I'm
chipmunk.
gonna go chase down some food.
Yeah, I think it's funny. When threatened, they will extend their wings to look larger and will sometimes produce a hissing noise that comes from their abdomen. Oh, here's another really fun fact about praying mantises. When flying at night, they can detect a bat's echolocation sounds and will spiral toward the ground to avoid being caught by the bat that's also flying through the air.
That's pretty
But,
cool.
yeah, I love the image of that I created in my own brain, which we all know is inside your blood. But if they are caught by a bat, they will slash at the bat with their legs. It's fun. They're a fun little animal. But here's the real question. You want to hear about how they fuck?
Sure.
It's my favorite thing about animals. How do they fuck? The male, it's weird.
Well, I know the females like bite their heads off, right, or cut their heads off.
Yeah, they. So the male will first leap onto the female's back and deposit sperm in her upper abdomen. Sure.
As everyone does.
Yeah. She will then lay between 10 and 400 eggs, which are then deposited in a frothy substance, which will then harden in order to protect the eggs. And yes, on occasion, the female will eat the male by first biting off its head. But if the mating process is still in progress, the male's movements after its head is bitten off will become more vigorous in order to deliver the sperm as quickly as possible.
Okay.
I love that they're like, look, I know I'm dying, but I gotta get this final nut. Oh my god. I think praying mantises
After
are cool.
their head's bitten off, they're like, "You're not just gonna leave me like this, are you?"
Okay, let's get into tribal council now. Tribal council. It's already pretty spooky as it is,
Yeah,
isn't it?
I think so. Because Jeff is like the ceremonial. I said Jeff.
Jeff
Ghost. Jeff Ghost.
There we go. Yeah.
It's like light the ceremonial torch. This fire represents your life.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I always think that's a weirdly sinister thing.
It is, and I love that they continue it still 20 years later. They're still saying that. It's so good. Fire represents your life. When your fire burns out, so do you. I think it would be really funny because they don't have the torches lit all the way back to camp, which I think they should. Which means at some point between their leaving tribal council and their returning to camp, they put the torches out. Probably a production person does it. Mm-hmm. But I still think that if your torch goes out, you're out of the game. I think that should be the rule.
You die in the Survivor game, you die in Survivor real life.
Exactly. That's from Nightmare on Elm Street. That's a direct quote from the movie Nightmare on Elm Street, starring Kevin Costner and Abigail Breslin, where they are two politicians, and the only person who can vote is a serial killer.
It's Freddy Krueger.
Okay, so at Tribal Council, Rourke says to Chrissy, "The day you needed me is the day you called." 7 days. Another movie reference. Chrissy thinks that she could be the next one out. And then Rourke says that she believes she's the swing vote in this tribal. Which I was like, okay, Rourke, sounds good. But then I thought about it and I was like, who are you swinging between? Chrissy and who? Who is the other target?
Kelsey Grammer.
Jeff reads off the votes like Chrissy, Rourke. And one for Kelsey Grammer. I don't know what we do in this situation.
Honestly, now that I think about it, because Weird Al did do a parody of a Nelly song, but I wish that he had done a parody of Country Grammar called Kelsey Grammer.
Whoa, why can't he still?
It would have been really good.
He's still making music.
I don't think it's a very timely parody.
I don't care.
That song came out in like 2000.
So did Survivor. It's all the reason you need to make a Kelsey Grammer parody song.
I'm going down, down, baby, cheers, and then to Frasier. Trying to get with Ross.
You know what I don't understand is why Kelsey Grammer didn't open up this episode by apologizing to us that this show isn't Cheers.
Kelsey Grammer, who once and maybe still follows you on Twitter.
Oh, yeah, I kind of forgot about that.
Probably doesn't anymore, but at one time he did.
Yeah, I feel like I've gone through my followers recently. I didn't see his name. Man, those were the days that I forgot about.
Tossed away your friendship like so many salads and scrambled eggs.
Why did he ever start following me?
He just followed like a ton of people, I'm sure.
Oh, are you saying I'm not special? Do you think Kelsey Grammer isn't in love with me?
When he followed you for a while and then saw what you were tweeting, he was like, scrambled egg all over my face.
Yeah. He probably got mad at me when I said that St. Vincent was the only musical artist that mattered. And he was like, actually, ever heard of Carly Rae Jepsen?
Yep.
Unfollowed. And blocked. That's why you can't see my profile anymore.
Yeah, that's why I don't interact with you on Twitter anymore, because I blocked you, because you said that.
Yeah. Where were we? Oh, so they go to vote, and Rourke says, next time, don't come for me. That's what Praying Mantis says before she bites off her man's head.
Yep.
And then Chrissy votes, and she says, I'm outsmarting Miss Smarty Pants. Well, I feel like they should have played up the Rourke as Miss Smarty Pants character more for that line to make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't really track.
She had like 3 lines in the whole season up to this point, and then like Chrissy's mad at her for being smart. Anyway, I didn't like it. I don't like Chrissy anymore. I don't like young Sheldon. I don't like Allie because of the shoe thing a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
I don't like anybody on this tribe anymore, Thomas.
She's weighing that tribe down like all that water in her shoes.
And is it JP, the other person on the tribe?
Yeah.
I don't like JP because he took Jeff Probst's initials. Excuse me, Jeff Ghost.
So this week it was okay.
This week I was fine with him, but come next week, not a fan of JP anymore. If he had changed his initials to JG this time, I would have been fine with it. Would have been a reference to Jeff Ghost, and I would have been cool with that. Anyway, Jeff Ghost reads the votes. We go Chrissy, Rourke, and another one for Rourke.
It was Ryan.
Ryan flipped on Alexandra.
That motherfucker.
Young Sheldon, can't trust him. He's all like, knock, 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 knock. Allie, like the Big Bang Theory.
I also think it was
Thomas, do you know the Big Bang Theory?
Yes, I'm familiar.
Do you know the show The Big Bang Theory? You're familiar with the Big Bang Theory? It's a television show on CBS, our home for Survivor, and your favorite show, Young Sheldon. Thomas, did you know that Young Sheldon is a spin-off of The Big Bang Theory?
I just thought they were 2 different shows. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, no, it's a spin-off.
I thought Young Sheldon was a new IP.
Nope. It's the same thing, same character. That's why
I did think it was weird that they acted like Sheldon was, young Sheldon was a character we were already supposed to know.
Yeah, it's like when the Firefly movie came out and everybody was like, why does this seem like it's something that already exists? Because it does. It's called The Big Bang Theory. Okay, let's get into points. Thomas, this is a poor performance this week.
We both only have one person left.
Yeah, and the merge is going to happen like in 2 episodes. So you got 1 point for Allie making it through this tribal, and you got a point for Yawa, Real Monsters, winning reward challenge. So you're up to 21 points. I got a point for Desi making it through this tribal council. Yawa, Real Monsters, winning immunity and reward. So I'm up to 14 points. Which means I'm closing in on your lead.
Yeah, only a 7-point lead.
Well, it was 8 last week and it was 9 the week before, so I don't know how accurate that is, but I am cutting down on your lead, so...
Well, you just have to keep this up for 7 more weeks straight.
It's a slow creep up. Creep. That was a nice spooky noise. Okay, do you want to predict what happens next week? 2 weeks in a row, you lost people. First 2 weeks, I lost people. So we're each down to one person. Your person is Allie. My person is Desi. Who do you think will win the reward challenge?
I think that Lavu will win the reward challenge.
Sorry, who?
Labu.
There we go. I think Yawa's going to win the immunity challenge.
I'm sorry, what?
Yawa Real Monsters,
There we
excuse
go.
me. Who will win the reward challenge, though?
I will say Yawa Real Monsters wins that one.
I'm going to go also with Yawa Real Monsters. No, I'm going to go with Soko with Grime. I think they'll win. I think they'll win the reward. What will that reward be, though, Tomas?
I have to say the one time that I have kind of liked Ryan,
Sorry, who?
Young Sheldon on this show
yeah.
is
Yeah.
their incredibly dumb reward that they got of like coffee. Like,
Yeah.
I cannot imagine. He's like, well, that's going to go right through me, so I don't care. Like, yeah, I agree. That'd be horrible to have when you're already dehydrated.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they gave him a big bucket of ice, too, right? So he could just suck down on an ice cube.
I suppose.
All right, what do you think this next episode's reward is going to be?
I think it's going to be... I'm going to say that they have hamburgers, hot dogs, and ice cold beer and soft drinks.
Okay. They're going to have to have all of those things for you to get that point.
Well, never mind. I'm just going to say I'm going to say hamburgers then.
Okay. I think probably...
Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to say there's going to be beer. There will be beer. There might be other things.
There will be beer. Okay. So...
My
beer is-
favorite Paul Thomas Anderson movie, There Will Be Beer.
Weird that for Halloween they took out the spookiest word.
That was actually the parody that was made by Paul W.S. Anderson.
Oh, God.
I like that Paul W.S. Anderson is like a combination, like a really shitty director, and also his name is like a combination of two much better directors.
Paul Thomas Anderson
and Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson, yeah.
Paul W.S. Anderson.
Do you think originally he was like, I want to go by Paul Wes Anderson?
Paul Wes Anderson.
And his
he was
agent was like,
oh,
that's
shit.
a terrible idea. Do not do that, my friend. Okay, well, I think this reward will be probably... I don't know. These shelters are not looking great. They're getting rained on a lot, so they're probably going to get some tools to make a shelter, right?
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I think it probably already would have happened, but sure, if you want to go with that.
I mean, we'll see.
Just real quick, going back to the fun joke conversation we were having. If I became a famous
is a crab's rectum though? Is it in the blood?
Yes, we've already established that it is in fact in the blood. If I became a famous director, I would have changed my name to Paul, and then my two middle names would be Tom and Wes, and then my last name would be Anderson. So I'd be Paul Tom Wes Anderson. Paul Tom Wes Anderson.
And everyone's like, "Why did he choose that name?" Oh, his real name is Thomas. I get it. That makes sense. Okay, who do you think is going to be the next person out? Voted out of the game. Survivor. Halloween. We're getting down to the wire. The merge is going to be within the next 3 episodes, probably.
I'm going to say Young Sheldon gets voted out.
Oh, I would fucking love to see that.
I just want it to be true.
Oh, me too. I saw somebody on this, this dumb Facebook group I always talk about, Survivor Fan Jury. Join it if you want to be infuriated by how stupid people are. But somebody was like, it seems like everybody who aligns with Allie is voted out that episode. And it's like, no, Allie is just aligned with everybody. Like, of course it seems that way because Allie has an alliance with everyone.
That's the thing
in her name.
Like, Allie hasn't really given anyone reason to believe that she's against them, which is reassuring to me.
Yeah. I'm sure that she has the same conversations with JP and Lauren that she does.
Like, I think she could very easily
What's the other
pass
guy?
off JP.
JP, no. The guy who got voted out. Who just got voted out?
What?
Rourke. Rourke just got voted out. So, yeah, I'm sure that she has the same conversation with everybody.
Like, I think
she's
she
just
could,
charming enough that it works.
I think she could very easily convince Chrissy that either JP or Ryan voted for her instead of Allie being the one that did it.
I don't know if she'll be able to
probably not
convince
Ryan, but JP,
because that's her son. She's young Sheldon's mom, Mrs. Sheldon. Her dad, her husband is named Old Sheldon. It's a Sheldon household.
So yeah, I feel like the move for her would be to get JP to vote for Chrissy, get her to vote for Chrissy, and convince Ryan that they're voting for like JP.
And they would vote out Chrissy?
And then have Chrissy see if she can get Chrissy to vote for her. I don't know.
I think Chrissy would turn on JP before JP would turn on Chrissy.
Or you have you convince Ryan that they're voting for JP. You convince Chrissy that they're voting for. Or wait, what the? I don't even care anymore.
Are you trying to get Ryan out?
Yeah, sure.
I don't think Chrissy would turn on her, or I don't think Chrissy would turn on Ryan, but I think Allie would be willing to, and I think she could rope in JP to vote for Ryan.
And then just get Ryan or Chrissy to vote for somebody else.
Yeah, convince either of them to vote for JP and have Ryan convince Chrissy to vote Allie or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Ryan's a good choice. I think I could see that happening. I think it will be. There was somebody in mind I had, but I guess I'll just go with Joni.
Sure.
He seems like a easy target at this point. Did you see the preview for next week?
No.
Cole collapses at camp.
Really?
Yes. So
is it from eating all of that? Eating all of the like pastries they had or whatever?
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, he just loves sugar and bread. I mean, how could you not?
And immediately getting it to pass through his system with that's things like you're eating a bunch of like sugar and then just like let's throw some caffeine in there.
Yeah. Hey, you know how like your stomach feels real bad all the time because you're not eating? What if we just give you a bunch of shit that will make it feel worse?
Yeah, some like stuff that you'll digest really fast and then make you digest it even faster.
He probably drank that whole jug of coffee and just got super dehydrated and tired.
I love coffee.
Just drink it like water. You should maybe drink some water, Cole. No, I have coffee. It's made of water. Cole is a stupid person, right?
He is a stupid person.
Okay, so here's my question. Do you think who will be medevaced? I know you didn't see the preview, so it's hard to see how serious it was, but
I will say yes because I think it would be funny.
It's like he goes into the hospital and they're like, "What happened?" And the doctor's like, "He drank too much coffee."
Yeah.
Oh, again, another one.
He's a diarrhea boy.
I will say I do not think that Cole will be medevaced. I'm excited to win all these points coming up on you. All right, so that's how many points might I win? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, so you'll be in the lead no matter what for at least another week. But the week after that, look out, dude.
Well, I know. Well, you're pretty much guaranteed to get the tools for a shelter.
Well, that's definitely going to happen. Yeah. I mean, they haven't done it yet, so they have to at some point. It's like a staple of Survivor.
I just want a supercut of you predicting that, and then the SpongeBob time card voice guy just being like, "Eventually, tomorrow, next episode for sure."
I mean, it's a staple of Survivor. Survivor has 3 staples. Fire represents your life. They always get tools for a shelter. And Jeff Probst always rides a jet ski from the location to New York to read the votes at the Final Tribal Council. Everybody knows that every week, every season.
Jake, would you say that you are confident?
I am confident. I am confident that the reward will be tools for a shelter.
Okay.
And that Jeff Probst will deliver them on a jet ski. Jeff Probst will ride up on a jet ski, one hand on the handle,
yeah.
And then in the other hand, he's got a hammer, and then there's like a bag over his shoulder that he's got a bunch of tools in. And he's like, "Hey guys," and he waves at them with the hammer. And they're like, "Hi Jeff, thanks for the tools, like your jet ski." And he's like, "Please, jet ski was my father. This is a Jeff ski."
I know everyone really missed me riding this.
Mm-hmm. Bringing it back, making up for lost time. Every episode here on out, I'm going to be on my Jeff ski. He is my son.
It's good. I like it.
All right. So last week I mentioned at the end of the episode that there was something I wanted to talk about, but forgot. But I remembered right before we started recording this week. So we knew pretty well that there would probably be a second chance season.
Yes.
Where, like, the America's Vote thing. And Jeff basically confirmed it after Alan got voted out last week. He was like, yeah, he's somebody we would bring back for a second chance type season or something like that. So it hasn't been officially announced, but there's more evidence to suggest that it will be a thing in the future.
To suggest.
To suggest ghost. We've gotten to that point in the show where we just stopped saying real words. Okay, so we all know crabs can talk, but where is their mouth? Is it in the blood?
Wait, just a sec. Survivor, Millennials versus Generation X.
Millennials.
No, Millennials is better.
Millennials. Millennicals.
Millennicals sounds like Bionicle.
Bionicles, yeah. I'm glad that we both came to that immediately. Millennicals versus Generation X. That's a good idea. That's a good theme for a season. Okay, new Survivor Simulator. We're going to do Millennials versus Generation X. But here's the caveat. We can only cast people who we can give a spooky name to. If we can't come up with a spooky nickname for them, they're not on the season.
I think that's a great idea.
All right. We'll write that down for a future episode as well. Second Chance 2 will happen eventually. Maybe it can exist in Alaska. Tweet at Jeff Probst and Eric Reichenbach and Mark Burnett and CBS and everybody else. Survivor Alaska when the episode is airing, because I'm so into this idea. I don't think it's gained any traction since Eric Reichenbach started the campaign, but I'm still into it, so let's keep it going. Survivor Alaska, it's a hashtag.
I'm just fucking racking my brain for a spooky version of his name, and it is just not coming.
Good. We don't have to think about that anymore. Spike. How about that? Spikes aren't really a spooky Halloween thing.
There's not rhymes for either of those.
Well, we can't end the episode until we think of something. Let's just sit in silence until we think of one.
Neither of them has spooky rhymes that you can do.
Killer.
No. Because that just sounds like a hip-hop reference.
It's a mashup of two
also,
people.
I don't like...
One I like a lot, the other I don't like.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't like the idea of conflating those two people.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah, there's just not... I think...
Wait, I got it. I got it. It's not spooky, but it is Halloween-themed. Dyke.
Okay, yeah.
Is that good enough?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. If you want to use another hashtag on Twitter, and why wouldn't you? You can use TJ on Survivor. You're going to want to tweet at TJ Lavin for that one, because TJ Lavin is the person we're trying to get on Survivor, and I'm so into the idea of him being on Survivor. I really want to see it.
He is also into it, apparently.
Yeah, he didn't say he would vote himself off immediately, like our old friend Ryan Devlin.
Ryan Devlin.
Yeah. Also, have you been watching Are You the One this season?
I haven't.
Oh, get into it. It's wild. There's one person on it who is awful. Well, there's 22 people on it who are awful, but there's 21, I guess. There's one guy who's okay. 20 people. There's one guy and one girl who are okay. Anyway, there's one person on it whose cousin or best friend is in jail it's her best friend is in jail for murdering her cousin, I think.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And she just said it. She just told somebody she was talking to like it was nothing. And they never bring it up again.
Just a normal thing that everyone experiences in their lives.
Yeah. Super relatable scenario. And then they're 5 weeks in at this point. They just got one beam.
That's good.
And Terrence J yelled at them. It took me a while to get into Terrence J, but
That's the best, though. That was the best when Ryan Devlin was getting really fucking mad at them. It was good.
Yeah. He definitely used a curse word when he was yelling at them, too, because they bleeped it out.
That's good. That was like when Hannah told Ryan to shut the fuck up, and he got really mad and told them to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it was really good. I miss that boy. I wonder what he's doing.
And he was entirely justified. Like that was one of the best things. Was like the person I identified the most with that whole season was obviously Ryan Devlin.
Yeah,
because I was like,
season.
Get your shit together, guy.
Now there's this dude this season. His name's Joe. If you ever want to watch the season, he's the only dude to root for. A few of them are okay, but most of them are terrible. Love the show. Gonna keep watching it.
R&B singer Joe.
You can follow us on Twitter, DYWSLN. That's where I tweet about Are You the One? My personal Twitter is Jake Scheidel. Follow that also.
Mine is Tom Not Tom. I prematurely got rid of after I liked Scream Abdul-Jabbar a lot, but I feel like I had a spooky one. Oh, I had Scare in Baines was the other spooky one that I had going for a while. But now I've changed it just to a basketball pun, which is Foy Division, as in Randy Foy, and Joy Division, which I'm also quite proud of.
Not super spooky, though.
No, not spooky at all. A little gothy because it's Joy Division, but that's about as spooky as it gets.
Okay.
Yeah, the last team Randy Foy played for was like the Thunder, so that's not. There's nothing spooky there.
Thunderstorms can be scary.
Sure.
You can follow us on Facebook or whatever you do on that website. We have an email.
Wait, that's not even true. He played for the Nets last. There's nothing scary about Nets.
Maybe like I was going to say a spider net. That's not what that's called.
Yep. If you choose to call it that, then sure.
Email us, didyouwatchlastnight@gmail.com. Ooh, email us some good spooky puns for people on this show, or any show, or just Halloween puns. It's
yeah, we like those.
We'll continue the Halloween theme until the next episode. I know Halloween is technically over after Tuesday, but I think it's okay to prolong it a few days. Did you watch last night at gmail.com? Yeah, that's what it is. For some reason, that sounded weird coming out of my mouth. Shoot us a review on iTunes. You can...
At screammail.zombie.
Are you proud of that one?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Oh, Challenge Chunk. Real quick, Challenge Chunk. They're down to the finals next week. The 4 people have been inducted into the finals. They've got space for one more guy and one more girl. Here's who's in the finals. CT, for sure. Kara, for sure. Jordan, for sure. And Tori from Are You the One, for sure.
Okay. Who is eligible to get the last spots?
Eligible? I don't even remember.
Is Leroy able
Leroy
to?
Is not eligible, unfortunately.
No!
Jenna, Kayla, Camilla, and Derek, Donkey Kong, Tony, I think, and I think maybe one other guy.
God, what a fucking garbage season.
Yeah, it started with a lot of promise, and then it delivered on none of the promise. Anyway, Chance vs. Stars starts in like a month. Probably less than a month. I think like 3 weeks. Anyway, not important. But that's going to be a fucking shit show, and I'm so excited. Camilla gets in a physical altercation with a producer and has ultimately been kicked off the show entirely. And that is like the main reason I am excited for that season.
I'm excited to have some closure there.
Yeah, I'm so excited to never see her face again. You can listen to my other podcast. It's called Popular Vultures. We debate 2 pop culture topics. This week was a Halloween spooktacular. We debated The Sixth Sense versus Resident Evil 7. And I won't tell you who wins because you got to listen to the episode for that. Okay, here comes the final phrase of the episode. Unless you had anything else you wanted to say.
No.
Any final spook puns?
No, I'm good.
Not spook puns, spooky puns.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well then, as always, happy Halloween and
Booses.
Okay, that's fine.
I thought you were just going to say happy Halloween.
I was going to say have a great Halloween.
Okay, and then booses was my follow-up to that.
Booses. Good. Okay, that's good. Oh, that's the end.
Evolution is a mystery, full of change that no one sees. Clock makes a fool of history. Yesterday's too long ago. Don't agree with what I know. Tomorrow got no place to be. I see the line in the sand. Time to find out who I am. Looking back to see where I stand. Evolution. Evolution. See my reflection change. Nothing ever stays the same. But you know the name's the game. We all know what it means. Nothing's ever what it seems. Unforgiven, unforeseen. I see the line in the sand.
That's all I got to say about that. How's my voice? Is it good? And
Is that your story, and are you sticking to it?
that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. The Good Place, a good show. That's the headline.
Yeah, more
for the
like
review I wrote.
the good show.
Yeah, that's what they should have called it.
Yeah, that was my joke.
It was a good joke. I laughed really hard at it. I was like, LOL.
Laughing out loud.
Laughing out loud.
Were you rolling on the floor laughing?
I was like ruffle copter, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Chop, 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 chop. That's the helicopter noise.
All right. Well,
It's called a chopper.
yeah, sure.
That's
Hey.
what the noise it makes.